everyone, my name is Kristin and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today we're going to be making this really super simple card. It doesn't even use dies or punches, but I think it came out really nicely anyways. So let's get started. We're going to have a piece here of Misty Moonlight, and this is cut in 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Let's give that a press here. Then I need a piece of basic white. Let me grab that. And this is, whoops, I have ink on my thumb, but that's okay. We'll use the other side. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. Had to think there for a minute. And we're going to start with this piece and one of our blending brushes and the Misty Moonlight ink pad. All right, so I'm going to ink up the blender brush, but I want most of the ink off because I want it really light. And then I'm just going to use a light hand, press a little bit deeper, just to give a little bit of some color here. All right, we're all set with that for the moment. Then I'm going to come in, this is the stamp set I'm using, Winter Scenes, and it's just 4 simple stamps. I've done another card with this as well, which I'll show you at the end. And yeah, I skipped it when I first put in my order for the holiday catalog, and then I said, no, I really like that. When we had the 15% off sale, I picked it up. So I'm going to come in, this is the stamp I'm going to use, but really any of the 4 are interchangeable. I'm going to ink it up in Secret C and then stamp just about here. There we go. Now, this is the trickiest part, and it's not really that tricky. I'm going to come in with one of our Stampin' Right markers. Now, I know these are on last chance, but when I looked this morning, the ink colors were still available. So you could still get this. So I'm going to start in the corner, and we're going to use the smaller tip, the bullet tip. We're just going to put a little dot and then come down a little ways. And it doesn't have to be straight. In fact, I think it looks a little bit nicer if it is a little bit curvy. And we're just going to go right around the whole paper. That's a little bit lower than I wanted on that, but that's okay. It'll still work. And this is, I'm going to have to do an extra one here. I made those a little too big, but that's okay. No one knows how many you intended to have anyways. All right, there we go. And then I just have to fill in the top here. And I think I'm going to put 4 in just because I have 4 at the bottom. So we won't go quite as long as I did on the original one. And there we go. We've gone right around the edge just to give it a little bit of a pretty border. Now I'm going to come in with our sentiment, and this is from the Wishing You Joy stamp set. I've used this before, and this just has 4 different sayings in different fonts and sizes, which I love. So I'm going to come back in with the Misty Moonlight. All right, let's make sure I do it the right way, not upside down. And then I'm just going to stamp right here, Sending You Cheer. There we go. And then I just wanted to add a little bling, but you know what? First, let's put it on our base. So because the bling gets bulky. All right. All righty. There we go. Press that down. And then the bling I'm going to be using are the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. And let's see, here's my Take Your Pick tool. And I just used 3 little ones at the edge here. 1, and this one, you can see, I'll show you in a minute. I stamped this in a little bit more than I did on the original, but that's fine too. And that's all there is to it for this card. So here's the one we made, and here is our original. And then let me get you a couple others I've done with this stamp set. Let me just put these aside. Here, I'll take them out of the plastic. I always forget to do that part. So this one, I just used all 4 of the scenes and then added the warmest winter wishes and some bling to it. And then this one, whoops, I have one that's for class, so we don't want to show that one yet. This one, I just used that same scene again, along with the branching out dies. And then the final one, it's really the same one as this, only on a different angle. And I just thought this made a really nice masculine looking birthday card. So that's all there is to it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. Thanks so much.